Well, good evening, our beloveds, our bubbles, our corks, and our sailboats. So the bubbles are the ones that come from below the surface up to the surface. Then we have the corks, who are just bobbing at the surface because they have finally surfaced, and they are having to stretch, relax, be, and relive some of those traumatic experiences that occurred as they were bubbling up or as they were below. And then there are sailboats, not speedboats, but sailboats. Speedboats need a power that comes from outside of themselves, right? Sailboats inherently have that energy within them to a certain extent. It is within their toolbox to raise or lower their sails, to use the natural environment, the aspects of life to help to propel them in any direction. If you are a good salesperson, sailor, you will understand what we mean. You simply use the elements to move you from one direction to the other. You either go straight or you tack back and forth. But the point about, or the point of, or the point for today's message is to remind you that you are not all in exactly the same place in life. And to expect that your life will look like somebody else's in any way is ridiculous and not realistic. You created a very specific experience or series or sets of circumstances and events that would unfold in a particular way to allow you to learn your very specific lesson. So, for example, if you look at some of the top CEOs who have achieved something great by some people's standards, and you listen to their story to achieve where they got, none of them have a similar story or an identical story. What you will hear more often than not is that they didn't give up, that they didn't accept no, that they dusted themselves off and got up again after every failure or closed door. The objective is for you all to learn why you came. Not your neighbor, not your friend, not your lover, not your parent, not your child. You came for your specific and unique experience, and our another here is modeling for you what that looks like, sharing with you what that looks like, and really explaining when life hands you lemons, you can make lemonade or you can make a fucking margarita. Your perspective on the matter matters more than anything else. If you can look at what you've gone through from a realistic perspective, really acknowledging and recognizing what you've gone through, no spiritual bypassing allowed here, and still look at those experiences as incredible and immense growth opportunities that are here to challenge you to become a different version of you, so that you can stand up to the bullies in the world, that you can master these particular experiences that you came to muddle through, and to still have a place and space of appreciation for everything that you have gone through, because that is what has carved you or molded you or shaped you into the particular person who you are now. Our goal is for you to just recognize how magnificent of a creation you are, and to stop bemoaning the whys of the shitstorms, and instead just to ride it out while recognizing that there is something beautiful to be extracted from that hellish experience that teaches you not only resiliency and respect for yourself, but also teaches you about the resiliency of the human spirit. You are not unique. And once you figure out how to be resilient in your own experience, you can then be a mentor to others through your own lived experience. When you are authentic and share your authenticity with others, you will see how the resonance pulls like-minded individuals together and repels those who are not ready yet. Your words seem an impossibility to them because they can't believe in themselves enough yet. So leave them by the roadside. Let them pick themselves up. Nobody helped you. They maybe mentored you and modeled for you what it looked like, but you had to do the inner work. So allow others to have to show up for themselves in that same fashion. Do not enable them. Do not belittle them. Do not make fun of them. Do offer them a hand to get them back up from the ground, but then say, this is your journey. This is your path. I will walk alongside you, but I will not pull you or drag you. That is your responsibility. If you want it, you must do it. And by the same token, you cannot expect anybody to do your work for you. You must get yourself up off the ground if nobody helps you. Dust yourself off. Figure out where the point is on the horizon towards which you want to govern yourself, and then move forward every day. It doesn't matter what you do, so long as you get up and do something to move yourself forward. On some days, it may just be to get up and shower or brush your teeth. And on the next day, it may be to drive to the grocery store. And then on the next day, it may be to run for the President of the United States. Who is to say that somebody who has severely struggled with mental health won't one day be in the White House? Not because they are broken and psychotic, but because they have insight and meaningful understanding of how the world works. And yes, this is a premonition. This is a prophecy. Just wait for somebody who's got those intuitive abilities to run this country, because they are the savior, not of you, but of the political belief system that you have to be manipulative and play games behind the scenes in order to get elected. And instead, you will actually elect one of the pure and holy ones who is here to save you from yourselves by no longer allowing you to elect those people who play those games behind closed doors. You know the political system is broken, and yet you're still stuck in it. But wait for those individuals who have had these moments of enlightenment to begin to run for office in whatever area, whatever realm. It can be local, it can be state, it can be federal. It can be on the boards of seats for directors where they may purchase a large share and therefore are placed onto that board, and thereby allow the governance tactics to be more for the individuals of society versus corporate or profit driven. There are so many possibilities that can occur if you, the enlightened ones, begin to run for office so that your voice, our voice, is heard in the halls of Congress and all the other places where you can envision political change, philosophical change, and collaborative change to come about. We see you, we believe in you, and we're fighting for you. But only the strength of the mighty can save the direction of this great country and this great world, but specifically within the U.S. We believe that you are the change that you have been waiting for. And once you recognize your own sovereign power, go run for something so that you can be the voice of the people like you and those who are still marginalized, who have an inability to believe in themselves because They haven't found the gumption yet. Find your voice. Find your practical place within the placement of the construct, and then find what brings you joy. That's our simple solution, explanation, and prediction for what is to come. And so it is. Namaste.